girls. Come watch the sunrise.
Wow, I tell you what, did I tank hard this morning. I was running around trying to get this amazing sunrise. The cloud was wrong, everything was going wrong. Even my plan to create a video was wrong because I had this whole list out. I thought I'm going to do these step-by-step points. These type of videos do really great in YouTube, and nothing went right. And I was just like, that's a sign, man. Like, I'm not doing what I want to do. What I am doing here on this channel is producing content to show you how I'm becoming more self-sufficient. Now, what I've done is I've set up my first zone, Zone 1, a very small space that produces a lot of fresh food fast with my bale gardening, some pots, and I've started digging some areas into the ground. And so I just keep bringing in new plants and planting underneath and the sides of the bales, on top of the bales, things like that, and building vertical space as well. Now, as this is coming along, I'm thinking about everything that I need to do. What have I done in the past that's worked so well for me? Well, I've always had a good seed collection, and I used to collect my own seed, but I never really stored it that well or labeled it so well. So this year, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that system up better. So my first zone is for growing a lot of food fast in that small space. So I don't basically tank quickly by creating too much area. I've got this big massive space here where I live, but if I spread myself out too wide, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to create too much work for myself, and then I'm not going to get as much food on the plate here at home. Just like I've got me toast ready to go here, and really start telling the story how I want to do it via sort of a vlog. Now, I know it doesn't perform so well on YouTube, these vlogs and things, but we've got Zone 1 set up, and I've been showing you that in the vlogs. I'm looking at my seeds at the moment to get them going, seasonal things. I've got microgreens coming out all the time. You know, that's my second zone, is my little nursery. So that's my nursery area to get things up and running quickly. So microgreens out, baby leaf out of that mini greenhouse, and also planting crops that need a bit more extra warmth so I can get them ready. I've got kangkong, which is an amazing plant. I'm going to leave a link up here. It's an Asian green that you grow in summertime to use in cooking and also replace as a lettuce. And it grows mental in the heat and is an amazing plant. So I'm going to leave a video up there for kangkong if you want to check that out, if you're ready to go into the summertime and grow lots of fresh food fast. Now, the third part is my chickens. My chickens play a really big role in this space here at Marty's Garden. Now, not only are they producing eggs for me every day, so we've got 5 chickens, and I'm getting 3 to 5 eggs per day, depending on how much I feed them and how often I let them out. They are escaping out of their pen, so we need to set up a bigger space and move the coop back so they don't launch over the fence like they're doing, which is a real pain in the bum because I've got to keep watching out the window just behind me here to see where they are. And, you know, so I've got that, and I've got they're turning over the ground and everything like that. They're mulching up the mulch, and they're giving me some manure that I can spread around the place using the worm farms and different things. But at the moment, they're just little workers producing eggs for me and tilling the soil. Now, the next part that I have, this is really, really important, and the channel really covered a lot of this, was worm farming. So I've created so many videos on this channel about worm farming. I'm not going to be doing a lot of it other than just little updates here and there and showing how things are going, but I still will be teaching about worm farming. It is one of my tools in my box for actually running out. Now, if you think about tools in the box, or say something that you hang in the cupboard, one of my tools is a worm farm, yeah? And then my other tools is like digging and things like that and producing food. But one of my major tools is my worm farm. Now, as I'm bringing out scraps out of here and getting manure from the paddock behind and feeding that system, the worms are spreading out and starting to self-fertilize the garden and produce fertilizer for me. So I've got worm castings coming out, and I've also got a liquid coming out. Now at the moment it just sits on top of the bale, so all that liquid runs through into the bale, it's curing the bale, the worms are moving down into the bale, and eventually that whole thing will be planted out, or it'll go back into the bale like that. So reverse sort of thing. I'm still working out the best way to do that because I really like that spot for keeping that one worm farm. So it could be where I actually just get that material that's sort of leached down into it and curing, and put it back into the farm and put another bale underneath and have this turnover loop. I'm all about creating these loops in this system so I can keep producing food out of here using all my inputs that are coming in, and save what's on here and produce better and better food. Because as I'm feeding that worm farm, I'm putting minerals in, I'm putting calcium in, you know, such as dolomite, eggshell, manure, food scraps, things like that. That system is actually then self-feeding out. And if I throw a bit of, say, rock dust, rock minerals in there, that goes through the system as well, and then starts spreading out. And as I'm sort of bringing it all back into the worm farms, it's recycling back out and going out through this enclosed loop out into the garden. So, you know, things are really coming along actually quite well. And as I said, the kangkong's getting ready. So I've got to start thinking about summer crops now. I want to future think and make sure that I've got food coming out right at the right time, so I don't run out on my table here. I want to keep producing around about 1/3 of my food coming into this inputs, into this place to save money. I'm already saving quite a lot of money, believe it or not. I'm actually blown out, and we're eating food every day on our table here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run past this again for you. So you need to think about your zone, your small zone. Number one zone is your growing area. So you might have a little garden where you're growing a lot of little plants and things like that, things that will grow quickly and give you food quickly in season, right? Then you need to think about zone 2, which is like a little nursery area, and think about ways you can get plants ready for the next upcoming season. So you're thinking ahead, always future thinking, and getting those plants out. And having a little system where you're pulling plants, food out, such as microgreens, every 10 days or something like that to eat, and getting those seedlings up to plant out all around the place. And when you're ready, zone 1, you think, I'm on top of the zone 1, no worries. You're going to plant out zone 2. Now, my zone 2 is my fruit trees, and I've got them out early, and they're going to be producing food for me in 2 or 3 years, every year after that, and I'm stoked to have those guys. So anyway, that's a quick video for you guys, just shooting in here in the kitchen. I'm glad I didn't shoot that video, the one I was going to shoot all the steps and things like that. I'm just going to eat some toast. And this place, I've rented this really cheap, and I've got to sort out a little paperwork to show them my earnings for the last 3 months. So I'm going to go and do that, but first I'm going to eat, and I'm going to get back to you guys real soon in another video. Thanks so much for watching, and hopefully I'm getting a lot of value out to you all, and we will keep sharing what's going on here at Marty's Garden. Truth and honesty. All right, have a great day. Bye for now. Happy gardening.